Hello everybody, I am Sammy from Team the Dragon Team here today. Welcome to Pokemon TCG Online Mad Dragon Wednesday. Each and every single Wednesday, for the most part, we take a look at a interesting deck involving the Dragon typing and play a game or two with it. Sometimes these decks can be somewhat decent in competitive play and might actually serve you well to play at a regionals. Though, more often than not, these decks are more fun decks. They're just more for like league challenges, stuff like that. You know, just for fun and just messing around with here and there. And then you have decks that are just so bad that you just be mad to play them in an actual competitive scene. Hence the name Mad Dragon Wednesday. And today we have something I kind of showed before a little bit, but not exactly this style and this way I'm playing it. And that is Giratina Vileplume with Aromatisse. Yeah, I'm playing Aromatisse in here. Of course, I had to rearrange the deck quite a bit to make room for Aromatisse, but and a couple other stuff in here as well. But I did. Of course, you can also play the Fairy Garden not with Aromatisse, so you can swap your special energies around and give everything free a treat. But I eventually decided to just go with Darkrai, even though it does take up bench space. I'd rather you kind of having two different stadiums in a deck like this that just kind of relies so heavily on Force of Giant Plants. I just rather have just three of these, though if you want you could go with the other stadium. Of course, for those who've never seen this kind of deck before, the obvious way you play this deck is you use Chaos Wheel, which for a Grass Energy, a Psychic, and two double colors you hit for 100, and your opponent can't play Stadium, Special Energy, or Tool cards. And then you of course use Vileplume to make sure your opponent can't do items. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good lock if you can actually get it up and going. And of course you're also playing Baby Rayquaza since we're not playing. I keep forgetting its name. Yeah, since we're not playing Hydreigon for Shred, where we can use Rayquaza for Shred instead. It hits for 90. There's also another Giratina that hits for 90 as well, the older Giratina, but I just rather go consistent with 3 Giratina, and Rayquaza is a non-EX attacker, so that's why we're going with Rayquaza for here. So yeah, we're playing 3 Giratina, 2 Rayquaza, 2 Darkrai, a 2/2 Aromatisse line. Rather actually play 3 Spreadsheet, but I feel like 2 is small enough where you can kind of squeak in into here. And of course the 3/3/3 Vileplume line, and we don't play any Red Candy, of course. So yeah, I like to try to make this. I try to make this deck consistent as possible, and I actually decided not to play a Muscle Man here. I feel like it's more linear without Muscle Man in this version of the deck, personally. But that's just me. If you want, you could try to find room for Muscle Mans. Instead, I decided to go 3 level ball, so we can search out our basically searches for a lot of stuff. I guess you could also play Heavy Ball in here if you really wanted to, but I decided to just go straight up for a 3 level ball since I really don't want to play 2 Heavy Ball. And so we can get our Aromatisse line and both Gloom and Oddish with it. So that's what it's handy for. Of course, 4 Trainers Mail, so we can search out our balls. Yeah, we play the Trainer Mail so we can search for our balls. And of course any of the supporters, and we do play 3 AZs just so we can get something out of the active position, though if you want you could cut this down to 2. 3 Life Center, because of course we don't play Via Secret, though I guess if you really wanted to, you could play a 1-of. I have seen some people play a 1-of in this deck, and I actually have been contemplating and playing a 1-of in several of my Vileplume decks, but so far I have yet to do so. And for Sycamore, I'm also playing a 2/2 Shauna, a 2/2 Shauna in Birchline, though if you, depending on your personal preference, you could put this all to Professor Birch Observations or Shauna, depending on your personal taste. And for the energy line, we play 2 Double Dragon energies and 2 Rainbow energies. We're also playing, not 2, but 4 of each. But we're also playing 2 Double Colorless energy because, you can just get a quick Double Dragon and a quick Double Colorless. And sure, we can't move it around with Fairy Transfer, or Free Retreat with it, but it is kind of nice. Sometimes if you just need to get a quick second attachment, you're not running into your Double Dragon energies. So that's what that will call us energies essentially for. It's a fairly simple and straightforward deck for the most part, but I is it good? In my personal opinion, I think it's not actually. It's actually kind of worse than a straight up Giratina Vileplume because adding a 2/2 Aromatisse line makes the deck clunky. It really does. You have to cut a few things out here and there. Though I feel like it is a nice idea and concept. It's not a bad deck at all, in my personal opinion. You can probably do somewhat well at this Elite Challenge, but I would not suggest playing this at a regionals or at a states or anything like that. So if you really wanted to, I guess you could go ahead and do so. But maybe you can make this deck work better than I can. I don't know. Rayquaza, of course, is optional. I think you probably could cut down to 1, though I was building this deck in the mind of consistency. So, that's why I did that. I just tried to make the deck fairly consistent as I could. So I was not relying too heavily on for Rayquaza, because, of course, if you don't have your items available to you, how else are you going to search Rayquaza other than just drawing into it? So that's why I played 2, so you could, and also that's why I also played 2 Darkrai, so I could just constantly run into it. And I have to admit, I did not fully get this idea off the top of my head. I was actually thinking about doing something with Aromatisse and Vileplume in the past, since for a while now. I just finally decided to do something with it. And the reason I've been thinking about Aromatisse and Vileplume together for a while is because all the way back in the Heart Gold Soul Silver area, I think like 2012 Nationals, I believe someone top 16 with a Vileplume deck of sorts that had like a 1/1 no, not 1/1, but a 2/2 a Miss Maggie's line, which kind of does what Aromatisse does, but only does it once per turn. So it's a little underwhelming, but even then, a top 16 with like a more simple idea. It also had 2 Darkrai in it, but what else? It also had like I believe Terrakion in there, because Darkrai was really popular at the time. So I feel like that was the basic idea of that deck. I think there was also like a few other things in there. I did not see the full list, but I did like the whole entire idea of it. And I feel like, combining Aromatisse and Vileplume is kind of reminiscent of those days. Of course, there's better ways you probably could do. You could build this deck or Aromatisse Vileplume sort of thing. And, yeah. I also playing Shaman here, which I forgot to mention, but I feel like I kind of would rather sometimes not play Shaman here. But Shaman is one of those cards it's too good in like setup decks for you not to play it. It really is. And having Shaman, as much as it bothers me that it takes up bench spaces, it is really good for getting on my Vileplume turn 1. If I did not play Shaman here, and I actually have experimented playing with Vileplume decks without Shaman, you're not as likely to get Vileplume out turn 1 as you are with Shaman, because Shaman just allows you to get those extra like 3 to 5 cards depending on how many Shaman you play a turn. They can get with playing 2 more Shaman, these 2 Shaman in my deck, it allows me to draw like on average like a decent number of cards, and sometimes allows me to draw like about 10 cards per turn. During my first turn or 2 during the game, and that's very, very important for me. That's why I do play the 2 Shaman. That's why I feel like it's important to play the 2 Shaman in the deck. In fact, I will not blame someone if they decide to play 3 Shaman here, though that kind of gives you less bench space, unless of course you're also playing Skyward Bridge, which is another thing I experimented, but eventually decided not to do it. Go for consistency. That's my idea here. But at this point, I think I'm just rambling on and on and on. So, yeah, we're just gonna get straight into with the actual deck. Yeah, with the actual battle. Hello, everybody. I am Sammy from Team the Dragon Team here today. Welcome to Pokemon TCG Online, Mad Dragon Wednesday, and well, yeah, welcome back anyway. Yeah, and welcome back with Giratina Vileplume Aromatisse, as I like to call it, GiraVileAroma. Get it? Vilearoma. Vileplume Aromatisse Vilearoma. Get it? Eh? Eh? Okay, I'll stop now. Alright, my turn. My turn. I'm going to start with Rayquaza. That seems like a decent start-ish. Not terrible. Not terrible. Good luck. Put down the Darkrai. The Derprai. And, ooh, interesting hand I have here. I definitely want to get, I definitely in this case want to get the item lock turn 1 because, it just shuts down his deck so much. It really does, that Night March deck. It'd be so great if I did. Unfortunately, we did not get an Ultra Ball or anything so we can get our Gloom. Okay. Okay, well, thankfully we get it here. I'm going to put the Darkness Energy here. Get the Gloom. I kind of wanted to get the, everyone's favorite Spritzy so we can start using the energy transfer soon, but for now, we'll do this. And, like that, he cannot do anything. Alrighty. Unfortunately, we kind of have a dead draw of ourselves. Sure, well, at least the bright side, there's been worse things. So, question is, how will he, kind of curious to see how will he be able to do this here. Wow. Well, the obvious move is try to hope you get a bunch of Night Marchers in your hand and just use Sycamore and discard them all. That's what I would do. Ooh. Do I discard 2 cards and knock out the Joltik, or what do I do here? What do I do? Kind of wish I attached the energy to Rayquaza and probably should have. Alright, what 2 cards did I discard? Heh! We discard the 1/1 line. That's funny. I just find that funny how we discarded the least important thing in the deck. Alright, how is he going to be able to do this? How is he able to win? Like, can you win against this deck? I mean, really? I mean, maybe there is a way he can win, I guess, but I don't know. I think maybe his strategy would to be, I don't know, Lysander me? That would actually not be a bad strategy, honestly. Maybe that's what he teammates for. Teammates, ooh. Well, I don't really need that stadium anymore for the most part, so I'm okay with that. I'm going to discard the DC here so I can maybe get something else, and I did not. Alright, that was meh. Alright, I guess we're gonna have... Well, I can shred here, so that's good news. Shred for 90, get another Pokemon, and I'm curious to see what he's gonna do here. Maybe Lysander, I would probably assume. No, he Junipers again. Maybe he just wanted to have a bunch of Night Marches in the discard pile. He only has 4 in the discard pile so far. Alright, sooner or later I would like to get the Spritzy out, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, unfortunately. Fortunately, so yeah, that sucks. But I'm going to easy here. Bring up the Gloom into my... Oh, I just realized something. I don't have the stadium. That was a massive blitz play of the year. Ah, crap. Maybe that's why he was trying to get rid of my stadium, I guess. To hope for a misplay? I don't know. It worked. God damn it, it worked. Let's get the Spritzy out. Yeah, well, we're going to be shredding for 90, so that's good. That's good. Unfortunately, he will be using his items to his fullest potential now. And that's something that is scary. Well, actually, not he, but she. Oh, I misplayed so hard there. Sorry, people, that I suck so badly at this game. Oh, everything would have been fine if I didn't make that such miserable misplay. Well, maybe not so much. Stupid stadiums. Getting in my way. Crap. Crap. Stamp. What did he use 20 for? Oh, yeah, Cybolt. That's funny. Alright, and Shauna. Okay. And get the Vileplume out. Undo less. Oh, wait, I can't evolve because my stupid Darp. Well, I suck at this game. I could actually retreat, hit it for 30, but I only have one double dragon in play, and I don't really want to do that. That would not be wise for me to be able to do that, honestly, to use Sky Return. Not be a terrible move if I had other stuff, but... Alright, what is he going to do now? It's 2 energy. What is he going to do with those 2 energy? He can't Night March, can he? He's a fire and a psychic. Oh, he gets Sky Return. Oh, that actually would be not a bad play. I think he's just trying to paralyze me, though. And failed once again. There you are. Oh, I suck so badly at this game. But that's fine. We luckily... This is... Vileplume... Let's put it this way. If you get a turn 1 Vileplume, any kind of Vileplume deck, with any kind of Vileplume deck, you're pretty much guaranteed victory against a 9-barge deck if you play against that. And you get the turn 1 Vileplume, and they just kind of go, just sit there and just look at their head and go, well, I can't use half my deck. What do I do now? Like, it's not as bad for them against Toe, because no matter what, they're getting at least 1 turn of items. However, if they're facing a Giratina Vileplume deck, of like mine, they have a potential to lose like this. So that's the bad side of playing Vileplume. If you see a bunch of Night Marchers play Vileplume, they'll have a fun time against that, I guarantee you. But anyway, we're not done just yet. I'm going to play 1 more game, and then we'll call it quits for the night. Hello everybody, welcome back, and once again I'm playing Giratina Vileplume Aromatisse. And let's try not to suck as hard, even though we did end up winning. It was pretty much a straight auto win anyway, so it didn't really matter too much, I guess. So, let's try not to use AZ when there is no stadium in play for us. Yeah, let's try not to do that. And we actually have a actually a pretty darn good start, all things considered. And I think our opponent's going first, but some kind of Sharpedo and a Voltol, so that's interesting. Opponent obviously knows at this point what I'm probably playing. Yeah, it's kind of obvious. He sees the Vileplume and Aromatisse isn't too much of a it doesn't brag the brain too much. Oh, he's playing Aromatisse in there. That's different. But yeah, hopefully this combination works. Gets out the Darkrai. Sorry, Darkrai. Actually, I said Darkrai again. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? Do we go for it? Do we risk it? Let's do it. Why does that always happen to me? Alright, I don't want you, and I don't want you. Yeah, I don't want the Oddish. And let's set up for a lot. hold on for the level ball for now. Shaman for set up for lots. And we're able to get it. No energy, unfortunately, but we are able to get it. The Gloom. And the Aromatisse. I just want to use level ball now, mostly to get on my hand, also so I can Aromatisse next turn. Unfortunately, no energy. Sucks. And of course, he also playing Huns. Also sucks, but we have, again, we have ways. Hits it for 30. We'll be able to hit it for, oh shoot. I need to get a lot here. I need to get my Darkrai. I think I have a feeling this Oddish might go down, honestly. Not this Oddish, but this Vileplume in general. So I feel like the best play here is to let it go down and just try to get it up for next turn, really. Yeah, I think that's the best strategy I can do. I think I'll do that. Yeah, he'll hit me for 100 here. Knock out my Vileplume. I am fine with that. I should be able to get my Vileplume up again this turn. Yeah, we do. Ooh. Ooh, I kind of want to get the Darkrai, but I know I should play it safe here. Just get the Vileplume out now. Maybe I should have Lysander and just kind of stalled a little bit. But that's fine. That's fine. Put it here for now. Watch I get the Double Dragon. And I do get the Double Dragon. Of course. Why wouldn't I? Hopefully my opponent isn't able to get another energy, but I doubt he wouldn't be able to do so. You know, it would just make sense for him. He actually decides to hunt. That's interesting. And we do get the Darkrai. I think he was not totally expecting that, but I feel like he should have expected that. And I'm going to Fairy Transfer the energy back here. And that's, yeah. Unfortunately, we do not have another Dragon in play, which is kind of the problem with playing so many Shaman, but it's fine, I guess. Chaos Wheel for 100. Opponent's kind of dead drawing, and you don't see, wow, you don't see Silent too much used too often these days. And you don't see Sharpedo used too much either. A friend of mine actually did use Silent a little bit in decks that he was so scared of that were going to get hit hard by Toad. Then I forgot that Jagged Fane did that. Discarded an energy. Forgot I did that. No. Now what do we do? We see if we get something. And we do get something. Something great. Alright. Hit for 100 and you can't do anything. This is kind of why Aromatisse is pretty good at this deck, when you can get the strategy pulled off perfectly like this. So you can just do everything you want to do and more. Opponent's constantly hitting for 30. It's really annoying, really, honestly. What do we do here? It's Lysander. Screw it, let's get into Darkrai Wars. This isn't 2012 anymore, but still, soften it up a little bit. Alright, that was the idea. Not surprised to see him attack here. It's possible he could just retreat and hit me for 30. No, hits me for 90. This is obviously trying to do bench damage from the knockout, which makes sense. And I think I'm just going to respond with another Night Spear. This is not the total intention of the deck to Night Spear to death, but hey, if this is all you can do it. That's my philosophy. If it works, don't fix it. Kind of hope he puts down something heavy. I'm a little worried that he could put down a double colorless energy. Is that even? No, it's not enough. I resist you, thankfully. Oh. Man. This is tough. I'm having a lot tougher time than I actually should be having. In all honesty, I should not be having such a tough time here. But I am. Night Spear. It is possible he could just attach an energy and retreat. So maybe I should have attacked with, but maybe I should just straight up hit for 90 instead. But no, we get the victory anyway. Wow. Oh, well, that match probably showed even more so the strengths and weaknesses of this deck. There is a very much so consistency problem with this deck has, in case you guys have yet to notice that. This deck has really bad draw problems. It does. I mean, even though I try to make it as consistent as I possibly could, it still has, you know, dead draw problems. You know, just kind of weird hands at times, where you're just kind of going, not the really cards I need, come on! And, I kind of wish I played Max Potion here, but I kind of can't use it effectively since I can't use items either. That sucks. So, yeah. Neat idea in theory, but kind of doesn't work sometimes, you know? Unfortunately. Yeah, this is like a decent deck in theory, like I said, but it doesn't really work half the time, honestly. And you know, you have to have so much on your bench to make it work. You know, you have to have Vileplume, Aromatisse, and Darkrai. Not to mention like whatever else. Not to mention probably 2 Shaman, so you don't have any bench for any extra attackers more often than not. Even if you only put down 1 Shaman, you still only have 1 bench space open for another extra attacker. And that isn't always sometimes good, so maybe you should be better off without using Shaman, but at the same time, Shaman's too good in the format right now that you can't really not use it at the same time. So, I don't know, if you can find a way to make this deck work without Shaman, please let me know. I would love to hear it. I actually have been thinking of just adding a couple more draw supporters, but I don't know. Again, this is also in the expanded format, just in case you guys were wondering. Again, my name is Sam15, the Dragon Team here. Please like, subscribe, all the silly stuff. Follow me on Twitter if you're interested in my future deck lists I might do. And follow me for so I let you know when I'll be streaming. So yeah, please do all that silly stuff, and I shall see you guys, hopefully, next time.